Hey, what's up guys, it's Vulcan here once again with another DCS news video. Today's news relates to our previous news video regarding the new implementations in DCS World. Today we will be talking about the new dynamic campaign engine called EDDCE and its new AI features. This video will have an element of speculation to it, as all of these developments aren't finalized, so things might change in the future. However, everything I speak about has been officially announced by ED themselves. Essentially, this new dynamic campaign engine will bring massive changes as to how our battles will be created and played. So what benefits does this bring to us players, and how does it achieve them? This is honestly really exciting guys, so let's get right into it. The EDDCE dynamic campaign engine will be a part of the DCS core, allowing the creation of special campaigns where air, sea and land units do not have pre-created tasks. Essentially what this means is that before, when we used to have to create elaborate triggers and paths for each individual AI unit to take, now with this new EDDCE dynamic campaign engine, it will be handling all of that stuff for us. So when it comes to realistic combat maneuvers and realistic paths, you've got that dynamic campaign engine which will actually be doing all of that for you. Essentially, they're controlled by strategic AI. Each side initiates a campaign on the basis of start conditions of the conflict, and it includes offensive or defensive positions, assets, resources, headquarters, factories, warehouses, etc. and specific objectives which are created from the onset for each individual campaign design. Essentially what this means is that you will be able to allocate certain resources, certain vehicles, certain troops. The strategic AI will take over and it will place the vehicles and troops all around its offensive or defensive positions, and it will react dynamically to whatever is happening in the battle. They also have the ability for you to manually control it and guide the AI. So instead of manually having to control everything, you're actually able to just sort of guide it. So how you could have a game master and have someone practically just telling the AI sort of what to do, which could play a big role in how our future battles are played out. This announcement basically means that we will be able to generate huge battles without the laborious process of placing down and programming each unit and their respective triggers. This also means that battles will be fought more realistic based on resources and supply. Now we're going to talk about their new developments in terms of rendering. Essentially, DCS, the way how it's always worked is all of the simulations and things are full fidelity, even if they're out of visual or sensor range. Now, this is a huge problem, especially in large battles where you have loads of troops and loads of events going on all at once, and the CPU is sitting there having to render and simulate everything. Essentially, what they've done is implemented a sort of eyesight and sensor range based rendering. So where before your CPU would, let's say, have to simulate an aircraft flying way out, like across the map. Now, basically it's simulated, but on data models that already exist. So they would have certain data model on how an aircraft would fly, how it would be accelerating, how it wouldn't be accelerating, what speed, what altitude the pilot would take it up to, and it just flies based on that, not on a full simulation. Which is really great because just using a dataset is fine, especially if it is impossible for you to ever interact with that aircraft. Let's say if it's across the map, you're not going to be able to shoot it or even see it or come close to it. So it will just be simulated using a very much faster algorithms and calculations. These changes are well welcomed, especially the one regarding the new CPU rendering. This allows missions to scale up nicely, especially full battlefield scenarios, where simulating the entire map is impractical and inefficient to say the least. Another huge addition to the game is the implementation of a frontline system, where multiple frontlines are able to be simulated at once. Essentially, this is similar to the system Enigma's server has, where the frontline can move back and forth, simulating a real battle for air and ground superiority. So what does this mean for us players? These changes mean that creating exciting scenarios and realistic missions will be much easier than before, as most of it will be automated by a strategic AI. The implementation of a frontline system has been tried and tested in Enigma's Cold War server, so the addition of such a feature to the base game is a welcome decision. This will also allow us to use real battle tactics to break through the front line, including breakthrough and encircling maneuvers. Furthermore, performance benefits due to the new way of rendering only the vehicles that are visible, eyesight and sensors ranges, will greatly alleviate performance issues on map-wide battles. Speculation time. It seems like they are very much planning for many further additions to DCS, as they mention new ways of processing datasets for future DCS systems and weapons. Very exciting to hear. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next.